Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Yeah, you right there, Mr. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman, look at me. Is there a package just waiting for me? Where's my box? Where's my box? What's in the box?
Hey, welcome to another episode of What's in the Box. So, I know what's in the box because I ordered it, but you don't know what's in the box. And so I was excited to find out that Midtown Comics was back in operation, which is my go-to comic store. And I'm going to open what I have in here. But first, I'll let you know what I do have in here. It's all independent. There's no mainstream. So, for you Marvel guys and DC guys, you're going to be upset and you're going to say, oh man, I'm changing the channel. I'm not watching this guy anymore. But as you can see on this screen, the frame is about independence. So I really promote a lot of indies and you know, practice what you preach, right? I practice what I preach. So let's go into this bag and let's see what we have. This is going to be awesome. So again, it was mailed to me, so I had to take it out of a box. But here we go. So this here is accelerators. It's forwards and backwards, part 1 of 5. It's really episode 16, but this is a part 5 shot. So I've never read this book before. It's by Blue Juice Comics. The creative team is Porto Smith and Hanano. What caught my eye, number 1, I love the concept of the cover. And number 2, it's an independent. That's it. There's the ingredients. So I decided to go out of my own pocket and go and just pick up a bunch of number 1s of independents that I've never heard of because I've been out of the game and haven't collected in a while. But because I'm back, I'm going to give you a shout out. So this is Accelerators. It looks great. I love the coloring. I love the tone. I like the lighting with the donut. It makes me want to figure out what's going on. Obviously, there's a lot of history going back here. And he's a descendant of something. I don't know. That's what I'm gathering from this cover. What do you think? So, Porto Smith and Hanano, you guys want to get on the pitch show and pitch to the public why they need to pick this up? Hit me up on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Let's get it done. So here is Darken. Absolute Comics Group. This is issue number 1. And I picked this up. The cover caught me. I mean, the cover's pretty dope. And so there's some sort of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, mystic element going on. I don't know if... Reminds me almost of the Never-Ending Story, because this kid's reading a book. And it says Darken Adventures. And the title's called Darken. I don't know if he gives life to these guys, but this is what I'm taking from the pit. So covers can tell the story, and I'm wondering if I'm on the money with this. Don't know, haven't read it yet. I will be reading all of these books, and I will be talking about them on this show. So I'm just not going to be flipping through books and then never go back. I will read these guys. So again, this is Darken. I don't know who the creative team is in this, but if you were on this group, again, hit us up. You can either be a guest on Catch the Craze or you can get on the pitch show. Pitch show. All right, let's not get crazy over here. So this is Vault Comics. It's a number 1. It's Bleed Them Dry. It's a ninja vampire tale. Bleed Them Dry. It was created by Kozumi. And there's a Rahal, a Ruan, a Muerto, and End World. I guess that's the entire creative team in this book. I love the play with the blood, the guy holding the sword. Obviously, there's a love interest in here. Not sure what's going on. He has to seek revenge. Maybe she was killed because there's blood there. So maybe, you know, he's like, no, it's either his sister or his lover. Something's going on. But this guy wants blood, and he means business. And his knuckles are turning white from holding that sword. I'm kind of screwed. I'm screwed. So again, this is Bleed Them Dry, Vault Comics creative team. You guys want to get down? Again, Instagram DM, subscribe on YouTube. Let's get it done. So this is Awa, Upshot, AWA, and it's a 1 of 5. and it's called The Devil's Highway. And the creative team is Benjamin Percy, Brent Schoonover, Nick Filardi. And what I love about this cover is, the palettes. So everything is, basically soft tones, and then you have that pop of red, which is the pump. So obviously something happened to this woman at a truck stop in the middle of the night during a rainstorm at a gas station. All right, how many times does that happen? Don't stop at a truck stop in the middle of nowhere when it's raining at night. Nothing good's going to come out of it. Nothing's good's going to come out of it. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. All right, so again, I'm going to read this in the show. And so here we go. Red Giant Entertainment. Number 1 issue is called Magica. So, almost like a never-ending story element, or Warriors of Virtue. Remember that? I don't know if any of you have seen that. Google it, Warriors of Virtue with the kangaroos, martial arts. So obviously this kid goes on an adventure. He goes into this other world because he's the only one that's normal, and he has a book bag. So, and he's wearing flip-flops. You can't run in flip-flops. What is with that? The only place that you are allowed to wear flip-flops are either in your home or at the beach on vacation. You don't wear it outside. You don't go to school with flip-flops. You can't run. If something goes down, you're going to flip, 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 flip. Crazy. It's crazy. I never understood it. Step on the guy's toes and you won the fight. So anyway, get off that. This looks pretty cool. Looks like a great fun adventure. He goes on this place. He meets a young girl who has bat wings. And I'm definitely going to give it a read. I don't know who the creative team is on this. But it's Red Giant Entertainment. Again, it's called Magica. Red Giant, you want to get down with Catch the Craze, give us a... Then we have American Mythology Productions. And as number 1, it's Monster Men, The Heart of Wrath, Part 1 of 3. Edgar Rice Burroughs Universe. This looks really cool. And I see a Ray A.C. Martinez, Bees Studios. So I guess he's the artist and he has his own studio, but it's published through American Mythology Productions. This looks really cool. I'm going to give it a read. I love the play. Trying to figure it out though. So I don't know. He's rising from the dead and he's trying to bring them back. Something's up. I'll figure it out later. Now this here is number 1. It's called Engine Ward, and it's by Volt. And then there's Man and Eisma. I'm assuming that they're the creative guys. This just looked really cool, like a Tron-esque. Remember Tron? Book. I don't know. It's an indie. I'm supporting indies. This is why I'm doing it. Let's make it happen. Everybody who knows who Antarctic Press is, they've been around for 35 years. So they're like a mainstream indie. Anything outside of the big 2 is indie. So sci-fi double feature, mature content called Off-World. And so it's Hazel Deep Block Terror Squad. And I guess it's by Colin Fogel. Unless there's Colin and there's Fogel. I don't know. It could be 1, it could be 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hit me up on this channel. Let me know if it's the same person or if it's 2 different people. Colin's the writer and Fogel's the artist. I don't know. We'll figure it out together. So I'm going to give this a read. I like the way this looks. This robotic mechanism looks like it's ready for action. Time for some action. All right, so this looks good. I'm going to give it a read. Then we have Source Point Press's Monstrous Witch Hunt. Creative team, Wright, Yak, Nugent, and Sharp. And I like this because obviously it looks like archaeologists or like Indiana Jones type thing where they go in and they wake up something. I don't know if it's apocalypse, but they wake something up and they unearth something. So it looks pretty cool. Love the colors, love the lighting, love the tones. So it's 104, Source Point Press, Monstrous Witch Hunt. I'm going to give this a look. Then we have Scout Comics. And they have Vlad Dracul, Who doesn't like Vlad the Impaler? Who doesn't like Dracula? This looks crazy dope. I love the colors, the palettes. It looks like a wash type watercolor-esque cover. And it's by Matteo Strukel and Andrea Muti. And it's Scout Comics #1. I gave it a shot, even though it was pretty pricey, but it's a thick book. It's a pretty hefty book. So definitely going to give this a read. I don't know if this is going to be the first one. Well, but I'll be reading this and then going over my opinion on the show. Again, I'm not a critic. I'm just going to tell you why I liked the read. Then we have another one by Source Point Press. It's Warcons, Combat Unicorns for Hire. So, kind of gimmicky, looks fun, has a Rainbow Bright-esque type look to it. Reminds me of like Dinobots or like those 1980s cartoons. It looks pretty cool. Not sure who the creative team is because I can barely read the signatures down here. But it's Source Point Press, and it's Warcons, Combat Unicorns for Hire. So, not sure what the wolf has to do with this. There's a skeleton ghost. Looks like a secretary, and there's a mean boss who's kind of green. I don't know if he's the Hulk or the Kingpin mixed all in one. And then you got the Warcons. So we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a read. It's #1. Oh no. Then we got the prize possession. What? Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready. I don't think they're ready for this jelly. Because my comic's too crazy-licious for you, babe. So here it is. Spawn number 300. Oh, snaps. Oh, snaps. Sparny. So this is the cover B variant Todd McFarlane black and white cover. Todd McFarlane. The man, the myth, the legend. So, big fan of Todd, the businessman, and also Todd, the artist and creator. So I had to get this. There was no way I was going to let this go by. I didn't get every cover. I got 4 covers. I know George would be pissed off at me because he probably wanted me to get the Joe Maduro cover. I didn't get the Joe Matt cover, but I had to get a Todd cover. Then I had the Greg Capullo cover, number 300. Come on. He was the man that was behind the man that created the man, right? So Greg Capullo is behind Todd, who created Spawn, right? The man behind the man that created the man. You got that? Come on, man. Work with me. So I had to get a Greg Capullo cover. Oh, man, if I ever meet these cats at the cons, I'm getting these bad boys signed. Then I got the blank cover, right? It's the variant blank cover. This bad boy, if I am ever fortunate enough to run into Todd or Greg Capullo, my goal is to get them to do a piece on this. I don't know if I'm as far-fetched, but man, a boy can dream, can't he? Oh. Anyway, so I got this. And then I got the Cover Zero variant by Jerome Opeña, Virgin cover. Opeña Virgin cover. So I just loved the fact that he had so many different versions of Spawn on this cover. This one I picked up just because I was just geeking out on it. You actually hear in the background my dogs again. They just acting up. No love. See, you got to help me blow up. You got to help me grow this craze so that way I can get a studio, not at home, where it's soundproof and you're not hearing bark, 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 bark. But anyway, this is Spawn 300. What? I have The Devils in the Details, Spawn's Todd McFarlane's book. If you didn't watch the documentary on the Sci-Fi Channel, which was too short, it should have been longer. They should have made it a 3-part series. There's so much to learn from that man. Such a brain. Lots of gusto and chutzpah. He has chutzpah. But this is it. So, for all you indies out there that I've mentioned today, I will be reading this book on this show. If you want to get on Catch the Craze, hit us up. Again, subscribe to YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram. Let's connect. If you don't want to do a full interview, but you want to pitch to the public why your stuff is hot, this is why it's hot. This is why it's hot. This is why. If you want to pitch why it's hot, that's the new show coming down the pike. the pitch show. We'll get you on YouTube live, and you pitch to a live audience, right? So let's get this done. I'm Sam, the Crazy Man Vera. This is what's in the box. I'll talk to you soon. If you're an indie out there and there's a book that you want me to read, let's connect. Talk to you soon. Peace.
What's in the box?